All right. I haven't painted in a while. We're going to see what we can do here. I did one shirt. And somebody wanted to see these peonies. Peony, tomato, tomato. Now I did these with a 3/4, right? So I'm going to do the ones with the 16, so that way I have room to add leaves. This is a little canvas. If I put the big ones on here, I'm afraid I won't have room for the leaves and pull something off, but I'm going to go ahead. Maybe I'll go ahead and do it with the 3/4 brush and see what happens. Let's see what we can do. Let me think. 1, 2, 3, and some leaves, leaves. But I want to come out. You know, I want to spread it out some. Let me think. This big. Okay, that would definitely be huge. Okay, so it's a big toss-up. It's a big decision. If I go with the 3/4 on this canvas and then put some leaves on it, or the 16. Let's go with the 3/4 and see what we can do, because it's a really pretty flower and it seems like it looks better. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then I'll just put some leaves here, try and squeeze them in, throw a couple here, but I want to go long. Spread it out a little bit. So I don't know, let's just see what we can do, right? Let's get this 3/4 wetted up. Let's get some stuff on here. Oh, Christy, I can't turn it off, Christy, to tell you that I'm on here, so it should show up that I'm live on here. And let's see what we can do here. All right, let's make the first one. Let's see what I did with this orange one. Out of the 3, this one came out the best. I got too big here, so I want to kind of keep this one smaller. See how it's like got a hat to it compared to these, or smaller. So let's go with that. Let's get some of this orange out. I'm going to try some different brushes and different paints and really see what's going on out there in the world. And I'm stuck with these plates and they really suck up the paint. I don't have any foam plates and I just got off of work. So let's see what we can do here. There's a lot of people outside, but I didn't want to wait any longer. Get this brush wet one more time. If it works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't. I'll just turn it into something, but we're going to paint something here. All right, let's take some of this orange and let's paint a circle. Let's just paint a circle. Okay, I'm going to wipe some of this off. Let's pick up some orange and some white. And let's see what we can do. Now, if you want more, grab some more and bring it over a little bit, because I got a lot of orange on there already. And I'm smashing down really hard and I'm just pulling back and forth. We're just gonna practice doing this. I haven't painted, like I said, except for that shirt. And I palette a long time because it gives me time to think about what I want to do here. Now, even though I'm going to use this color and I got that one, I want to try and stay out of the 3. This one came out the best. So let's see if we can come out of there. I'm going to switch this to the right, to the left, see if there's any comments. None yet, but that's okay. Now, Fatimas are really 2 steps above this. Donnas are kind of different. So we're going to do a combination of the 2. And if you want, take those lessons in those classes from Fatima. I'm going to blend this out. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, blend, 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 blend. And I just want to put a couple little back petals here. And let's bring this one right here. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Okay, now I did put just a couple little tiny ones right here, and I'm just gonna blend, 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 a little bit of pressure, bring that up, bring it back down, and then on this one, let's go ahead and, I don't want to turn too much, but I want to kind of start bringing them in. We'll straighten that out. All right, now let's put one on the inside right here. All right, we're going to build this out, and I want to kind of keep this a little bit open to put the yellow. So let's blend this out. A little bit of pressure, come up and then scoop and then bring it around like that. Lots of paint on that brush. Now let's come outside a little bit, and I want to kind of keep it up so that you're not way down here and I don't have that top hat. And now let's really scoop it in there. And let's come over here and turn this pan a little bit. I hate doing that, but it's really a tough move, and I want to make this as right as I can. So I'm going to come up a little bit, bring that around, and then really twist and bring it back in. Now I want to close this off some. Let's start closing this off. Let's come right here and come up and really bring it and then scoop it. I might not have enough room to put the yellow in. Let's go and see what happens, because I've already kind of crushed that area. Going too fast, not thinking. And let's bring this one right here and then twist it, bring it in. I really want that area right there for that yellow. So let me think real quick, because I can cheat on that. I can come back in and scoop that around. So let's bring this one like this, right? And I'm gonna steal from that and go right there with my yellow. So I wanna bring that out here. Let's slow down and do this. And that's a good placement. I just want to clean that up a little bit. I don't like it when it gets that little squiggly on there, so let's get some more white on that brush and get rid of that squiggly. Because I picked up that orange and then swoop right on in there like that. Okay, now I saved it so I can put my yellow right there. Everything is very forgiving. Now let's close this off with this move right here. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to blend, 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 blend. And I want to scrub it out and come up and then bring it around and then hook it. I'm going to make that move right there. All right, let's do this. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Let's blend this out. Blend, 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 blend. And let's go slow and let's scrub it up. Come over here and then swoop right over there. Now here comes these outside leaves. So I want to start it at right here. Let's grab, grab, grab. Let's blend, 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 blend. And don't keep it tight. Give it a little bit of action and then really hook it in. Because then I can put another one right there, and that's how you get that doubled up leaf. Hear that dog drinking water? All right, let's come over here. And I'm gonna grab it about right there. Let me think. Yeah, that'll be good. Let's blend this out. Let's grab, 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 blend, 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 blend. And pressure, scrub, 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 and then whoop that thing up in there. All right. Now let's come down here and make something really pretty. Let's grab it right here, right? Let's grab it right here, the bottom of that bowl, and let's scrub you out and bring you down, and wham you up there. A little bit more white. Let's come off of this one, right? I'm grabbing it right here because I want to come around and swoop that thing in. So let's blend, 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 blend. Take my time, scrub it out, move my brush around, bring it out a little bit, and really hook that thing and get up on that chisel and bring that thing around like a hook, you know? And now let's just put a straight across petal. Isn't that pretty? Look, I could whip a stem down out of there and some leaves, but we're gonna go ahead and fill it in. All right, so I'm gonna grab it this time right about here, right in between. I just wanna put a nice petal right in there. And let's push, 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 stand up and bring it in, really give it some action and hook it back in. Okay, now I want to fill it. See how I got them out here? So I want to fill these in just a little bit. Now, I don't want to go crazy, but it needs that petal, and I want to split it. I don't want to put them right on top of each other. So I want to give it some motion. I want to give it some action. I'm going to come right here, bringing it down a little bit from that petal. Don't just keep putting them on top of each other. And now I'm going to not go so far out, and I'm going to bring it around and really get up on that chisel and swoop that thing in like that. Okay, we're doing pretty good here, so I don't want to mess this up. I'm going to come right here, right, because I want to get right there. I want to grab it right there, and I'm not going to put as much pressure on it because I don't want to spread that brush way out. So I'm going to go really light, and I'm twisting that brush with my hand, and I'm spinning it with my fingers, and I'm bringing it back up, and I'm hooking it right in there. Let's get more white. And now let's give you some love, you know. I don't want to just keep pounding them right on top of each other. So let's give it a little bit of air in that petal. Let's come over here a little bit. All right. And a little bit of pressure, twisting with my hand, twisting with my fingers, and scoop you up like that and drop you in. And now let's put one more right there. Let's see what we can do. Right, so I'm giving it that space. See how I like that? It's space in between those petals. Let's grab it right here. Let's grab you right there. Blend, 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 blend. And just a little bit of pressure, and get back up on that chisel and bring you around and swoop you in like that. And let's strengthen that up and give it that. How's that look? Let me whip it to the right and then switch it back to the left. All I see is Deb Scheisman, Christy Loin. Christy, I was already on when I got your thing, and it said that, where could you find me? And I was here. Now, I like coming in and adding right in here a little chop, but sometimes you can destroy it. That's a big, beautiful flower. But I want to just try and see. Let's see what we can do with that. Let's see. I want to just stand right here, pull it back, lay it down, bump it just a couple times, and stand up and give it that nice little drop in right there. This is like fancying it up is what I call this. See, it's so hard to decide whether to do that or not, because you could blow your whole flower up. But let's just drop right there, lay the brush down, push, 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 and stand back up and bring it right there. And I'll add one more right there. Super tough, but you can do it. And where am I going to do this at? I want to come off right Let's just do a little tiny scrub out right there. Just a tiny little scrub. A tiny, tiny, tiny little scrub. And just put something right there and bring you up like that. See, and I want to just put a little bump right there, but maybe I got enough room to do that now. Let's see. Let's just grab it right. Let's get this brush smoothed out and get a nice chisel, right? And let's grab it right off the inside of right here and lay it down and push, 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 push and stand up and bring it over and drop it right there. Let's smooth that out. Get that nice and blended and hook you up right there. Got that orange right there. Let's clean that brush. And let's just pick up white. And let's get my chisel smoothed out. And let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Blend, 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 blend. And see if we can't get rid of that. I don't mind ridges, but I don't like the orange blasting up there. Much better. Okay, now let's put some yellow in here. Let's drop some yellow. See, and you can just keep going and going and going and going and going. You know, putting smaller and smaller and smaller. But so far, this is looking pretty good. So let's get some yellow and drop some yellow in that spot. And see if we can't get that together. Now, some people say peony. I say peony. Some people say it's peony. Christy says it's peony. So, oh, let's get. I might have to add some white to that. Let's get some white on there. Good boy, Chino. I'm watching dogs. Okay. See how I'm open here? I don't like that. Now I could just go over this whole thing and add a couple little tiny ones right there, but I'm gonna leave that one alone. And that's the first painting, that's the first flower I painted in 3 weeks other than that rose on the shirt. So let's move on and do another one. And let's see if we can't keep getting better, right? Let's get this brush cleaned out. And let's pick another color here. See, I'm almost right there. Where's my best one? Right there. See, it'd be that petal right there. I want to scrub it in a little bit more. Let's get another one going. Let's just keep it pushing, right? Let's see what else we can do here. Let's do a blue. Let's do a cobalt blue one. See how that turns out. I love practicing, I love painting, I love just seeing how it comes together and what we're gonna do. What I should have done is took all the plastic off of these things, because then you get unscrewing those bottles, right? And if one gets loose on you and you drop it or something like that, man, it is a mess, trust me. So take the plastics off and that way you can pour it out. Oh, let's get some blue paint. Okay, let's see. That's why I almost wanted to go with the 16. Let's go here. But I want enough room to scrub out my leaves, so let's just go up here with it. Let's see what we can do here and try and get them going this way. And then I'm gonna have to add some leaves where I can. I wanted to go with the 16 so I could have dragged it out with the leaves, you know. Put something pretty on it. All right, let's pick up some white, a little bit of that cobalt blue. And let's try and do one more. Can't hurt. All right, let's put a couple in the back. Okay, let's see. That one's going that way, maybe. I'm gonna push him over. Let's get you over here. Let's go ahead and scrub out a couple back petals. Let's scrub out a couple back petals. And see where we're at. Let's just see what happens here. Let's turn you around and try and get some action on that thing. When you don't do a full scrub out, because you want to keep them small, sometimes those leaves just don't want to play nice. But I don't want to get too tall on it, because then that's how you get that big headdress. All right, now let's hook you in this way. Let's start right now and making some action and coming in. Let's put you right here. Let's get some action going. And I want to come up a little high on it and swoop you in. Picking up more white each time here. And then let's get you about right here. Come off of that bowl a little bit and push down and stand up and really ride that chisel around. I want to kind of leave right here for my yellow. So let's keep working off of this side. Blend, 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 blend. And take my time, because this is a hot petal right here. And that's where I want to go. Okay, I'll show you what to do when you do that. Let's just start right over. Remember how I had to fix that one? Let's see what we got to do here. I'm going to come here and bring you in. Let's see what we got going on. It's always one wants to fight. Let's do this. Let's make where I want my bowl to be. Let's get this brush cleaned off. And that's where I'm going to put my yellow. Let's get the brush cleaned off and get a nice, slow it down and get a nice blend and reconcentrate, reevaluate, reorganize, fall back, see where we're at, and now let's start. That's where I want my yellow to be, so let's bring this thing right out here. Let's take our time and go blend, 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 and let's bring it up, push it out, stand it up, and then swoop it back around. Reevaluate. Right there is where I want my yellow, so let's do this one over. Let's bring him right here. Let's blend this out. Pressure. And then really hook you in. Okay. Let's put this in. I'll wait 1 second before I close it, because I want to put one right here. Let's slow this train down and swoop you in, right? Because see how I was so far away from there? So let's try and work that area better this time. You get yourself into a jam, clean your brush, stop, reevaluate, move ahead. Let's bring you here, right off of here. Not too far, not too big, so I don't want a big headdress. And let's bring you up, a little bit of pressure, and then swoop you back in like that. Okay. Let's see what happens if I close it off now. It doesn't matter if it's not right when I close it, because I come back and do what I did, redo it, right? Because that's where my yellow is going to be. So I want to bring this up to about right here. And then if I have to, I can redo my outside wings. Let's bring you right here. Scrub you out and swoop you over. And then I'll put my yellow right there. Now let's add some outside. So that's because I've messed so many of these up, you know, that I've learned to work. See it where I got to put that leaf right here? I'll redo this one because I want that leaf placement to go right here. So I'm going to be on top of that petal a little bit. Let's scrub it out, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, and stand back up and really swoop in. Now let's redo that. All right. Because that outside leaf is so important to be at about that angle. Much better. And then I'll put that thing there. Okay, let's grab from here on this one. Blend, 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 blend. Let's slow down, slow this train down, and get a nice scrub out. Come out a little bit long, and then really hook it and dance it in there. Yeah, I've destroyed some of these. Okay, so now I'm here and here, but this thing's gonna be, now here, petal placement, super important. So it's kind of going this way. See how everything's coming up and that's there. So let's think where I really wanna put this. Am I gonna have to put it right there and then rebounce that petal? Or if I come down here, it'd be lopsided. So let's go ahead and grab it up there and redo that paddle, that inside hook. Let's put some pressure on it. Scrub, scrub, get a little bit big and bring it around and stand up and really dance it in. Oh, that doesn't look bad though, right there. I like that. Let's do that and then I'll have to redo that. But see what I'm saying? You're just building these things out. And, you know, and if you're not gonna take your time, right? I mean, who am I doing it for? I'm doing it for me. So why should I cut it short? Let's fix it and keep you small and bring you right in like that. And now let's just do that, right? I mean, how are you going to get better if you don't work at what you're doing? Sweet. All right, now let's put this couple right here. I'm going to come off of here this time because I didn't have that squiggly up there. So let's leave that graceful paddle swooping in right there. Let's keep that going. And now let's push one out and then really hook you up in. Okay, let's come over here. Let me push this to the right and push this to the left. Mandy Lee Scheisman. What's going on, Mandy? Welcome. Now let's grab you right here. And now let's scrub it out and really swoop you in like a hot potato. Now again, you could pull out of here with a beautiful stem and throw some leaves and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and fill it in because I want to throw my leaves out, I wish I had went with the 16 because I could have really pushed stuff out off this side because that to me makes it look super slick, you know, when it comes out really good. But let's go ahead and fill that real quick with a little bit of a hot one. Let's just touch you up right here. And a little bit of pressure. And bring you around. And then stand back up on that chisel and swoop that thing in. And then give it a little bit of strength right here. Got a little bit of a spot right there. Just give it a little touch. Okay, see the difference between not adding and adding, but I get that brush in my hand and I don't want to stop. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit more white out. Come out of there, girl. And let's put a couple right there. Because that looks good. And if you want to take a really good class on how to really go up a level from this, hit up Fatima. You know, those classes are like 2 grades up from this, but these are beautiful. I'm happy with doing these. I'm happy. Okay. Let's see how happy I can be if I put something on right here. Let's just do this. Let's get a slick, nice chisel, and let's just stand up right on the inside of that bowl. Pull back, lay it down, bump it out twice, stand back up, and really swoop that thing in and drop it. Let's just ride right on that chisel line right here. See where those petals come off that bowl? Let's just, but it's so dangerous because I hate when these things get tied in together. So, you know, like it looks like it's part of it. So let's just stand up, bring it back, lay it down. I'm going to do that twice because I got that blue in there, and stand back up and swoop it right in there. And let's just put one last one right here. Let's get a sharp chisel on that thing. And let's go right in the middle. Let's split them because I love the action on these petals. So let's just grab it right here and pull it back. Lay the brush down, lean that out, bump it, bump it, bump it. Stand back up and swoop in and connect to that thing right there. That's not bad. I like that. Let's add some yellow and watch this thing come to life. It's funny sometimes. There's where I remember where I made that mistake. So let's just bounce some yellow in here. And just doing something as simple as that just brings this thing. Oh, I need to come over a little bit more. Let's see if we can fake it. See how I was off just that little pinch? That's all right. We'll just go like that. Ta-da. Okay, so there's that one. There's that one. Now you guys want to see me do one more? You got time? We'll just blast one more out. Let's see what everybody says. One more, right here. We'll do the magenta one right here, right? And then I'm upset because I wanted to do the 16-inch, and then that way I could have blasted out some leaves, and I wanted to throw a nice stem out and really hook some leaves in there. But we'll see what we can pound in here and get it, because nothing looks prettier than when they come out, you know? They come out. But I might be able to just throw a big one there, a couple right here, then we'll throw a couple right here, and then we'll throw one here, and then 1 or 2 right up in there. Nothing's better than when you just paint. All right, let's get these plates over here. Let's get my area cleaned up, all right? Let's add one more with the magenta. Man, I should just bang that one out right there real quick. All right, let's do a magenta one. Now, by the time I usually get to my 3rd one, I get my brush pretty hot, you know? So let's see what happens with this one. And don't forget, when you do it with the 16, it's really good, but don't get carried away on adding too many of those petals. Those inside petals. I'm going to blast this magenta one out. I think this one was apple red, to tell you the God's honest truth, but we're going to go with this. Well, you know what? Look what I got. Let's see what happens. Apple red. That was coincidental. I couldn't remember if that's what I used or not. Let's get some out of there. I like apple red. I used that with that thicket. And man, just a touch. It'll really just go crazy on you, right? When you blend apple red and thicket. So just a tinge, you know, just like like get 3/4, you know, of the red and just a pinch of that thicket and bring it in there. And that's how I was doing those really hot dark roses on those shirts. Let's see what we can do. Oh, did it again. Let's get some of that white off there. Let's get this red. Okay. Now remember, I want to scrub out my leaves, so let's put it about right here, right? A lot of red too. I gotta get some of that off of there. That'll bleed everywhere into my white. You don't need a lot. See if we're even. Up a little bit. We'll fudge it. We'll make it happen. Right? We'll even it out. Okay, let's wipe some paint off of that thing. Look, I still got a little bit of blue in there, it looks like. Let's get that thing cleaned off. And remember when I was blowing up right there, clean your brush out. Just clean your brush out, go over top of them, paint it one more time. You know, you're doing it. And you want to do it the best you can each and every time. Am I doing it the best I can for right now? Yeah. Can I get better? Of course. How? Practice. Look how slick those came out. I took my time and I did those and I spent a lot of time on them and I didn't rush and, you know, I didn't have to do a lot of crazy stuff, but I miss painting and being able to just think. And like I said, when I'm paleting, some people say I palette too much. And when I want my chisel, sometimes I'll come back and I'll keep it sharp and I'll stay back in my pocket. And then other times I'm all over the place. But it gives me time to think. It gives me time to think, what do I want to do? What am I going to do? What did I do? What in the world is going on? And right now what's going on is let's see if we can't paint one more and really put something together here, right? I love that orange and white. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do. Now I wanna go this way with it, so let's keep this going this way, right? Again, let's start off and put these 3 little back petals in there. A little bit of pressure, because I don't want a big, huge scrub out and be way tall, because then it's hard to get, you know, I don't want that Indian headdress up at the top of it. I want to keep it a nice, pretty situation as best as I can. I got a lot of red on that brush, that's for sure. So I'm just doing a light little scrub. Let's bring you over here. Let's get some paint off that brush. How about that? Boy, she wants to drag too. I'm not using any floating medium. I'm just going real heavy with that paint. Really heavy with that paint and chopping it in. Now, because I really want to throw a hook onto that, and I got this phone in my hand, no excuses necessary, but I want to put this about right here. It's okay to turn your panel. And now let's bring you around like that and really sweep it in. All right, let's see where we're at and what we got going on. Okay, now if I drop these here and bring it in, I drop a big one here. Let's try and keep this right there for my yellow. Let's see if we can do that. And if not, I'll fight it and we'll just keep getting on it, right? It's no big deal. So let's come way over here and get a nice blend. And I want to bring it up into there and really turn it right there and bring it around and swoop it in. Let's see what we can do there. Okay. Might be able to say this. So I want this one to end about right there. Let's see what we can do here. So I want to come way over here. Let's go way, 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 way over here. And let's pressure, swoop, really turn that brush, and now really stand up on it and give it back that action. All right, now I can come with a little one. Oh, I don't like that. Let's do that. Let's get over top of that. Right? See it where you, oh. I don't like that. All right, slow this train down. And when you see a mistake, correct it when you can. You just keep going because you're rocking and rolling. And before you know it, you've got 5 mistakes. And then you wonder why it didn't happen. Okay. So take your time. Take your time. Even though it seems like I'm rushing right here. Right now, I want to definitely put one out here, but I want to put this one here first, and then I'll go over that one. Always work from inside out. And really give it that action and bring it back and dance that brush up. And this will be my closing hook. And then let's see what we can do here. Now let's put this one way up here, and if I have to, I'll go over that one. And let's bring you up and bring you around and really hook you back in. And now let's go over that one. Let's go over that one. And swoop you in. Okay, and this will be my closing move. Now, I'm getting a little bit too far on this side, so let's bring that thing back in. Let's try, even though I'm going this way, I don't want to lose that action. So I gotta adjust right now for where I'm at. So I can't bring this too dramatic into here. It's gonna have to, let's get the angle. It's gonna have to end here. Let's get that chisel tight. And I want to end that thing here because I want it to keep pointing in that direction. Let's wick this thing out and really bring it, and now bounce it back. Let's see where we're at. Okay, now I can close that off. Now let's go ahead and put the couple on the outside. Let's see what we can do here. Now let's go ahead and do these outside ones. Let's do the outside one here because that is going to be perfect spot for a petal. So let's put one more right here. Well, let's see. Let's put the scrub out right here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see, it's definitely going to need it because I can't come in too close. Let's see what happens if I do. And scrub, 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 stand up and swoop that thing in. Kind of liking it. All right. Petal placement on these things, man, I'm telling you. Okay, now let's, because I got to grab that scrub right here. And they got to, you know, not that they have to be equal or completely even. You want them off a little bit, but not too much. So I can really start right there. And let's scrub, get next to that, scrub it back, bounce it back, scrub it out, and then swoop right on in there. Yeah, sir? See, I told you by the time I'd hit that third one, man, I'd be on a roll. So now I can bounce those couple in there. So let's close this thing off and then see where I got to go from, right? Let's see. Okay, let's grab it way out here. Let's grab it way out here. Kind of below that. And now let's take our time, scrub up and down and bring it back and swoop it in, baby. See how I got my spot this time good for that yellow? All right, let's see what we can do. Okay, don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. Take your time. Sometimes, you know, it's just take your time. Take a deep breath, look at it, work your way through it, and do what you can. It's like anything in life, man. Just reevaluate, regroup, and then move forward. Let's push you out, and dance you around and swoop you up there like that and add some love to it. Now let's really bring this one around and hook it in. Let's really show that thing because it's gonna have to go like that. So I wanna bring it and really come up at it, you know, to keep that motion, keep that action hopping. Let's come way over here. Blend, 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 blend. Take your time. Take your time. Push it out. Push it out. Bring it around. Bring it around. Bring it around. And then dance with it and bring it back up and drop it right there. Not bad. Okay, again, you could stop here, pull out your stem, throw some leaves off of it and do all that. But we're gonna go ahead and put a hot little move right there and see if we can't close this off just a little bit. And even though I'm losing this hook, look at the flow of the inside of that scrub. Boom, 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 boom. Right? See how that is still pushing? It's still pushing. It's still pushing. I love it. Okay, let's just grab right here. And then let's just push a nice little paddle out right there and bring you back up the opposite way and go in. And then let's add some white strength right here and push you around. Now I can throw the rest of them in there. Let's put a couple in there and finish this flower, and then we can bang out some leaves, right? Okay, now again, I like to bring it down a little bit off the bowl. I don't want to put them right on top of each other. I want to bring it down. I want to kind of split like here to here. So let's put it right here, and I'm going to come off just like that, right at that bowl. And I'm going to push down ever so gently, and I'm moving my hands and I'm bringing it back, and I'm going to swoop it in and drop it right even with that. Okay. All right, let's add one right here, right? Because this is looking pretty slick. Okay, here's my bowl, remember, right? I don't want to come right on top of it. I don't want to come right on top, so I want to come like I'm doing those pansies. I don't want to start here and scrub it out because I want that petal to go all the way around. So let's grab it right off that bowl. I'm going to have to come up just a pinch. And now let's pressure, spinning the brush with my hand, and bring it around and really give it a little bit of action and hook that thing in there. All right, let's get some thumbs up. I'm going to switch these comments to the right and the left real quick and see if anybody's saying anything. Oh, Kathleen, thank you. Christina Smith, how are you? Sue Willoughby. Well, I got one to resemble a peony. Hey, there you go, man, Sue. Hang in there and then watch the replay on this. Sharon, good afternoon. Good evening, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, Christy. Christy, you and Kathy and Dor, were so generous to me when I was there, and I'll never forget your kindness. And as soon as I get back there, I will be stopping by, and we'll take care of things. Let me add some yellow, and let's bring this thing to life, right? Nothing looks prettier than when you start doing that, and it just brings these things to life. It really does. It's like the bang, you know? I tell you, I won't have much of a life if I drop this paint all over the place, I'll tell you that. All right, let's just go ahead and I'm just using the end of my brush, right? Tap, 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 tap. Let's get a little bit of white so you can see it. Tap, 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 tap. There you go. Let's add a little bit more. Okay. All right, you guys want to hang out and I'll throw some leaves on here? Let's throw a couple leaves. Haven't done any in a while. Could be nice. Could be something to see. Now this is where I always want to stop for a second and I think, okay, one here, a couple there. I got all this action down here. I may want to just go ahead and take a break and then think about it and see where I want to put these, because it'd be one here, one here, one here, and then something up here. You know, let me think about what I'm going to do here. I've had a long day at work and I just wanted to knock these peonies out. Peony, 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 tomato, tomato. And I'll get back with you guys and we'll see what we can do. Or should I just go for it? Let me switch over. Let's see what we can do. Christy has such a nice flow. If I had gone with the 16, right, but they don't look as pretty, I would have been able to stretch something out with the leaves. Where can I find it? It'll be on my page, Kathleen. I'll leave it up because it's alive and it'll be there for 30 days. You can watch it every single day for the next 30 days. And you're more than welcome, and thank you so much. And then if you really want to go 2 levels up from this, but you better be on your game, is go to Fatima and get on with her. If you want to go a level down or something, then you can, you know, do one of the beginner ones with Donna off of her YouTube page. This is just a little bit more than that and a little bit less than the others. So I'm really happy with it. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful flower. And I don't care what you call it, to me, it's just a pretty flower, you know, and it really looks nice. All right, let's see what we can do with some leaves, right? I'm just gonna go straight, thicket, and citrus. Nothing fancy, maybe a little white, and I'll just throw 1 or 2, and then I gotta call it a night because had to work and do a lot of things and making moves, figuring things out. And one of the things that helps me the most when I do that is painting. So let's go ahead and think what we're doing and figure things out, right? Ava said, yeah, let's paint. All right. You guys mind if I walk over there and get something to drink? We're making eggs here. Get some water. Cranberry juice. Y'all got these things? They're awesome for making hard-boiled eggs. Okay. I am so thirsty. Cranberry juice. And I literally walked in the door at 7 o'clock. I had to help these dogs out. And I said, let me do this. So here we are. And I appreciate you guys being here with me. It's been a long day. Let's throw some leaves, all right? I like banging out leaves. Let's see what we can do here. I put white. I wanted citrus. But that's all right. I can get some of that white on there if I got to go over top of some of the other ones. And then I got some other brushes out here. So that way I can go big to small. Remember, big to small. And it really adds a lot of value to your painting. Okay, let's see what we can do. Christy, how is Piper? I was so happy for Kathy that pork and beans and onion, you know, his eye got better. That dog was crazy. All right, I'm just loading up. Look, I'm just grabbing. It's not science, not rocket science. And, you know, if you have a problem with it and they say, oh, well, you know, people that were doing it, we're getting better results by staying in this pocket, this little well thing, right? Just think of it as 2 inches right here and stay right here. Stay right here. Look, I'm not doing anything magical. I'm just pushing down with 2 colors and I'm pushing down, going back and forth until I start seeing that nice blend. I've got dark green, thicket, you know, and then it starts getting light and then it goes into a, darker citrus, and then it comes back up to the light citrus. Just stay in that pocket. That's the easiest thing I can tell you about being able to make sure you're getting a well-loaded brush. Boom. All right, let's see if I can get a well-loaded leaf here. Where should I go with them? I don't want to go there because that'll be bad. Let's start right here off of this, and we'll keep them small. I'm going to go ahead and go blend, 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 blend. And then let's see what we can do. I'm going to bring it out and scrub, and I'm going to stand up and I'll do a nice chisel. Because I got this fun and I'm doing this. And see how beautiful the shading is? Right, now I'm just going to come over here and get in my pocket and grab some back out. Now this is something I like to do, is I'll turn my brush around. So now I have the citrus on the inside and the thicket on the outside, and I'll stand right up on that chisel line, bring it back a pinch, lay it down, scrub, give it a little action, hook it up, and then stand up and put it right there. That's a leaf. Now I can take my small one, right, and I'll throw a couple little ones out and a little one right there. Because if I put another big one right there, before you know it, I got 500 big leaves going around this thing. Now I'll show you something really hot. Something that you guys can do without having to turn things around. Now I know I definitely want to come here with something. Let's go up here. Now watch this one. This one, I'm just going to make it all in one move. I'm just going to blend, 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 blend. Let's see what happens without getting jinxing myself. And let's go up. I turned it around. I stopped. I was thinking too much. All right, let's grab it right here and lay it down and come over and then just walk it back in and stay above that flower. That way it makes it look like it's just not so mechanical where I've done this and I've done that, It's gonna flow. See what I'm saying? It flowed over that petal. It doesn't, And then I'll push some little ones off of here. So that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna put down my heavy big leaves, and then I'll come around and I'll dance around with it and throw some little stuff in there. Now right here, I'm really thinking, if I come out, 1, 2, 3, let's do that. Let's do 3 right here, and I'll just grab white to break it up. And I can come off of here. Let's see what happens. Who cares? Let's just go for it, right? Stand up, turn it around, grab it, push down, scrub back and forth, stand back up, and really hook it into that chisel line and bring it in. Now let's just pick up a little bit of white on that brush. And I need a fresh plate because I'm getting greedy and getting sloppy. So I want to get some more thicket on there, a little bit of that white. Get my brush reorganized, right? Don't go crazy. And let's go with it on this side. And let's just push something out right there. Now, if I turned around and came right here, it's not, I want that action. I want to throw it around that petal. So let's get a nice loaded brush. And let's start with the citrus on the inside this time. And I'm going to stand up right there, and I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to ride the outside of that thing, and I'm going to hook it up and bring it around and dance it in there and end it right there. See what I mean? And then bring it in. Make it live. Get loose. You know, really hook that thing in there, man. Okay. Now let's see if I put those there and one there and one there and then start pushing off a bunch of little... See how pretty that looks? I'm happy with that, and I'm glad I could share this with you guys. I really am. And I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 little sliders, a couple little sliders right there, and bounce just a couple off there. I don't want to get real tall. I wanted to keep it going. Let's see what we can do here. Let's do that same thing that I just did there over here, okay? Let's see what happens with it. Maybe I should come this way and hook it in that way. Let's do that. Let's do a pretty one. Let's do that. Where am I at? Okay. Okay, I'm thinking. Scrub, 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 and then shapow. Let's do that. Let's see if we can get one really going here. Let's bang one out. Let's see what we can do. Let's get one happening. And scrub, 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 and bring it up, and bring it back, and lay it down, scrub it out, and stand back up, and end it right there. Voila. Right? And then I'll throw out a couple little hot little, you know, with the smaller brush. All I did was painted 3 flowers, and now I'm trying to fill it in, you know. Okay, let's put one right here. Let's go ahead and put one up right there. Now that one's hooking in this way, so this one should hook in that way. Does that make sense? And it's about right there, so let's go right about right here. Let's give it a nice blend, 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 blend. Pressure, scrub, stand up. Get that nice chisel, turn the brush around. Bring it back, lay it down, scrub, 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 stand back up, and ride that chisel till you get a nice little point. And then I'll throw a couple little ones off of there to cover that up a little bit, give it a little bit of action. Okay, where are we at? All right, now let's bounce one off about right here. Man, I would have loved to have kept going longer with this. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. That's about right there. I can't grab it there because that'll be too... Let's do that because I want to come out of this pocket. I want to come out of the middle of a leaf. So let's come out of this pocket right here. Let's blend this out. Nice and easy and slow. And then scrub, scrub, and then swoop to a nice chisel. Turn that brush around, give it some action, add some extra detail to it, lay it down, stand back up, and bring it in and drop it. Okay, now let's throw some little ones around here and see what we can do. Let's drop down to a 16. And then I'll drop down to whatever that other brush is. All I know is I want to go down. You know what? I'm going to use the 16 off of this because it's even just a little bit smaller than a green-handled 16. And let's see what we can do. I'm not going to add a bunch of daisies or anything. You know, let's just kind of keep it what we were starting out to do. Throw out some peonies, just beautiful flowers. And I hope that what I'm doing, if you guys like it, that you can watch it and see how I built that out and enjoy it. Make something for yourself. Wow, you know what I can do right here? Hold on, I can almost grab that and hook it and then, oh no, I would, wait, all right, hold on, let me think. How was I doing that? Let me think for a second. Let me think. Hold on. How was I folding those leaves? It's been so long. Let me fold this one. Let's fold this one. This one I remember. I want to start right here like that. Right? And then I just want to scrub it and then slide onto the chisel. So that one would be down further. Man, how in the world did I do that? It's funny, right? Okay, I know what I did. I know what I did. Let's grab it right here, right? And blend, 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 blend. And let's bring it up and fold it. And then I can, would it have gone like that? See, these are tough, man. Let me think. I gotta fix that. Gotta fix that. Let's fix this. Let's fix this up. That was such a pretty leaf too. Okay, I'm in a jam. Hold on, because look, I got slick right there. Let me see what I can do. Let's try and bring it this way. And I'm gonna put another one that way. Darn. I'm gonna have to practice that. I did a whole video one time on folded leaves, and man, it slick. And there is a thing to it where if one goes one way, the other one goes the other way. And I looked at that and I thought, oh, I got that. But it's been a long day and I can't remember which way I would have gone on that. So I'm gonna put, that's my next video. My next video is going to be doing those folded leaves. In this video, I'm going to fix this folded leaf and make it look pretty. There we go. Okay. All right. Now let's push a couple off right here. And nice slide, stand up. Come off in that Y. Nice slide, stand up. And let's bring one right out of the middle and push it out and bring it down. See what I mean? Give it that action. And then I can come in with the smaller brush and keep dancing around, fancying it up, fancy it up. Gosh, that was like a brain seizure right there. Because it was like, okay, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, wait a minute, which way do I go on that one? Because it was the opposite way. So if that one went that way, this one should go that way. It's a real heavy duty thing, man. Like, let's see. I could almost fold that one. But I'm having a brain seizure on it. It's like, wait a minute, which way did I go on that? Let's see if we can fold this one. Scrub, 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 and then hook. Or is it coming this way? Let's see, I can fix it, I don't care. Let's see what we can do. And swoop. I cannot believe that I like locked it up right there. I was like, wait a minute, which way am I supposed to go right there? But look how you fix it, it's easy. Don't fall into a, you know, surgical, I've got, and we're gonna take it like, I mean, come on. Just paint and be happy. And let's come right here. Just paint and be happy, you guys. There was no game plan on this. Excuse me. And I'm not saying it's perfect. But what it is, it gives me time to think. And what it does is gives me time to think about not anything else but painting. And to me, that's worth it, no matter how it comes out or what I'm doing. Because it means that I don't have to think about everything else. And I can just do this. Which way would I want to throw that one? There's always one section that's going to give you a hard time, but we'll flow something off right there. Let's go ahead and keep it moving, right? And I will, man, I want to come back so bad that way on this. I can't remember what I had done for the life of me to really blast that out. I'm going to work on that. We are going to work on that. Because there is a pattern to it, and I did a huge thing on it, man. I mean, some really hot looking leaves, but it's been so long since I've done this, and I really appreciate you guys being here with me, or that if this helped you in any way, or we're doing something fun that you like, and for me to be able to share, let's tune that down a little bit, right? That green, that white was just a little too hot right there. I would love to remember which way I should have gone on that. These are looking good. Now let's bring something out here. And you want to give it some action. Give it a little bit of grace and some love. And, you know, help it with the direction. And don't keep it going sideways or always heading off straight. You want to kind of give it some swoop, you know. We could dance around with this forever. Okay, you guys. Some nice leaves. Very cool. Thank you for being here. Looking slick. I'm liking it. And I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed being here with you all. I really mean that. And I can't thank you enough for staying with me and just loving it and enjoying what we're doing. And it'll be here tomorrow. And I'll go ahead and fancy this up a little bit with bringing it down with another paintbrush, a smaller one, and bap, 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 and just a couple little touches here and there. Oh, Barbara, yeah, man, I locked up on that. I was like, wait a minute, which way would it go on here? And it locked me up. I was like, okay, because that side, this side, you know, that crushed me. I have a lot going on, so all I want to do is paint so I don't have to think about other things. That's what, Ramilda, I'm glad you understand. But there we go. I hope you guys like it. I'll fancy it up a little bit and then I'll post a picture and you'll know what I did. All I'm going to do is break it down into a smaller brush and just bap a couple little highlights. Do a couple little drops here and there. Push a little action, a little motion, and there you go. So thank you very much. Look, God bless each and every one of you. Keep your heads up. If things are going well, be humble. If you're having hard times, man, everything's going to be all right. I promise. All right, you guys, stay tuned and I'll be back. Have a great evening and thank you for coming by.